I begin, can we just have a round of applause for all of the organizers, staff, volunteers who've made this event possible? I'd also just like to personally thank all of the speakers who were so inspiring this evening. Thank you so much from the bottom of my Syrian American Muslim heart. Thank you so much. You inspired me incredibly. I want to just say that it is a pleasure to be here. It is an honor to be here, and most definitely in my estimation, it's a responsibility to be here. I say it's a pleasure because I always love getting the opportunity to perform for my community in Southern California. If you love living in SoCal, make some noise. Yeah. I say it's an honor to be here on behalf of MPAC, the Muslim Public Affairs Council, as you've seen from all these incredible presentations, has done so much good for our community over the past 3 decades. Under the leadership of Dr. Maher Hathout, may he rest in peace, and beyond. I'm also honored to be here on behalf of my family. My family that is not just a Syrian Muslim immigrant family, but my wife's family as well. My mother-in-law is the granddaughter of Holocaust survivors. My father-in-law is the first black Secretary of Education in the state of Virginia. My 2.5-year-old Semitic, European, Arab, Asiatic, African-American, Muslim baby boy is the embodiment of all of those ideals and principles, and most importantly, of love. We're about to have a girl in a couple weeks, and so I'm really nervous right now. But seeing the incredible speakers that we had this evening got me so stoked to have a little baby girl in this world, to know that there are leaders like you that she can look up to, and to her mother and to her grandmothers, and so I'm grateful. And I say it's a responsibility to be here, not just because I'm Syrian, Arab, Muslim, American, or any of those things, really, but because I'm a human being who believes in equality and justice for all people, full stop. That's what drives me in my work. That's what I heard in the voices of everybody who's been on the stage tonight. And that's what I hope you can gather from the 2 songs that I plan to perform for you this evening. This first one is called Years, and it's about the conflict in Syria, but of course from my perspective here, watching it unfold and devolve in the way that it had over the past 7 years has been really gut-wrenching, not just for me, I'm sure for many people in this community. And it resulted in the largest humanitarian crisis this world has ever seen. So I spent many years going on the road trying to raise awareness and funds all around the world for humanitarian relief organizations doing work to support refugees and refugee families. And it breaks my heart to know that this country is in a place right now where we are not welcoming these refugee families the way that we should. And if you feel that that shouldn't be the case, can I hear you make some noise right now, please? This one is called Years. Yeah. Check it out. I wrote this verse at 30,000 feet en route to Austin. Next week, Chicago. Last week, exhausting. Speaking about my people and what 7 years cost them. Syrian bodies strewn ashore, families who've lost them. Brutality, the likes of which a child should never see, let alone be subjected to. Lonely, poor, and destitute realities, the likes of which our voices never free. Free to march across the harshest seas, only to be rejected too. Yeah, see, I'm appealing to the best of you. If my mama didn't raise me right, I wouldn't be addressing you. I'd be on my knees begging you. These babies deserve better than blurbs and newsletters or decisions about the futures that help arms dealers earn better. In addition to the smugglers, the looters, oil barons, and air polluters, killer telecommuters, shooting bombs off drones, officers close enough to home to be dozing off by 8 with little trauma signs shown. Come on. Man, there's pundits adding to the drama, one that flaunts the devil's thumbprint, but that index pulling triggers isn't charged when the body it's connected to's in uniform garb. Ain't that something? Trust me, they don't hate your freedom. It's the lies they find repugnant. It's the wars and the coups, propping up a dictator's short-term memory, long-range missile radius, and the craziest election rhetoric imaginable. How we will claim some moral high ground just isn't fathomable. Man, the fact that Black Lives Matter has to even be said is telling. Back in '08, there was hope in chains selling. 8 years later, some Great Lakes waters were strange smelling, and Syrian lives shattered from a barrel bomb shelling on an hourly basis. While my cowardly face was staring at a camera phone reflection, drowned away in disgrace. Hundreds of thousands were plundered by thundering rounds of obliterating agony. World leaders without elitists believe they're being liberated. Actually, man, the older I get, I find the meaning of freedom is relative. I mean, it doesn't even mean the same to me and my relatives. Democracy on a high horse or high off of sedatives. Keeping up with the Joneses, that ain't being competitive. Now I'm no longer in debt, but still feel like I'm getting it. The misuse of my tax dollars is getting repetitive. Meditative retreats were all that kept me from losing it. Now I look in my son's eyes to find what is relevant. Gibran, the best medicine. But if we had tried to immigrate today, they wouldn't let us in. Yeah, that's unsettling. It's unsettling.